All right, guys. All right, guys. Merc here. New news. New news. I don't know if there's too much noise coming from outside, but I've got the window open so I can get some fresh air. So, you know what I mean? There's no AC in this particular room, so I don't overheat myself. So hopefully it's not going to be too loud while I go through this latest little topic here. And speaking of which, the special classics, you know, I know I was supposed to be doing Rambo 2. I'm going to try and do it today. Obviously there's so many things going on with what's going on. My schedule has been getting messed up, but I'm going to try and correct that. So the Rambo 2 thing, we're still going to do it. I mean, I might do it tonight, like at 9 o'clock, because I said it's supposed to be 9 p.m. my time. So I think that's actually, what's that? That's like, you know what, I'm probably even going to do it earlier than that. You know, let's say 6, that's 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Pacific, and then that would be 2 hours ahead. Is that 2 hours ahead? 1 hour ahead. 7 p.m. God, I can't even figure out the times. Anyway, look, you'll get an alert, okay? I will figure out what time is going to be best for that. Hold on a sec. Yeah, these delays, it's on the screen. So let me just talk about what we're talking about today. Avatar and Star Wars releases have been pushed back. Okay. Again, like in the case of Star Wars, I didn't actually even know that there was actually a concrete plan for a new movie. So I didn't even know that there was a new movie concrete plan anyway. But then the news came out like today, earlier this morning, that, or was it last night or this morning, as far as all the press is concerned, that there isn't going to be a Star Wars movie released in, I think it was 2022, that it was supposed to come out, and it's been pushed back to 2023. Now, I don't even know what movie that is, you know, or whether it's like a new trilogy or anything like that. I have no idea. Let me actually put this on the screen. So we've got Elien King saying that it's more time to rewatch good classic movies. Yes, it is. I mean, look, like I said, I'm still doing the classic movie thing. You know, I'm still doing the classic movie thing. I know that we did, what did we do last? We did Back to the Future. So today I'm going to do Rambo 2. And in fact, you know what? I might as well just do Rambo 2 right after this bulletin. So I might come back and just do Rambo 2, you know, and get that done. Because I've got, the list is so huge of all the movies to get through. But anyway, look, let's get back to this news. Yeah, man, they've both been delayed. Now, the thing about Avatar is that movie was supposed to be coming out next Christmas. So it's Christmas 2021. And I think that, like I said, the Star Wars film was supposed to come out in Christmas 2022. So I think now what's going to happen is that the Avatar movie is going to move to not next year, but it's going to be the year after that. But remember that I think there's like 3 other movies. So there's 4 of them in total. And I think James Cameron is like shooting all of them at the same time or something, like all in a row. So I'm not sure exactly how that's working, but there are actually 4 Avatar movies that was set to begin releasing next year. And then I think obviously probably every year after that, all the remaining 3 movies would come out roughly at the same time, right? But I don't think that that's now going to happen as a result of this. What I don't understand is that we still got a whole year left. So I'm not sure why Avatar would get delayed. You know, I'm not actually I don't really understand why that would get delayed now, because you've got over a year. You've got like a year and a half. So like surely cinemas are going to, I could understand if the movie was going to be coming out this year. Then I'm like, okay, you know, that's not happening, December 2020. But December 2021, I'm a bit confused as to like, you know, you might as well just, anyway, I'm sure folks have their reasons. And am I interested in seeing Avatar sequels? You know, I mean, I wasn't like the biggest fan of the first movie, but let's see. Elien King says, do we really need more Avatar and Star Wars movies? you know, Star Wars, I don't think so. Like, I mean, but I've talked so much about that there's nothing more for me to actually say on that particular subject, you know. Avatar is like, I'm always interested in what James Cameron is doing. So I'd say that, like, let me put it that way. I'm always interested in what that guy's doing. So irrespective of how I feel about the actual project, like if I'm excited by the actual project, Avatar was still good, you know. I mean, I still enjoyed it to a degree, you know. It was an entertaining film. Definitely the special effects and the technology involved were at the time cutting edge, and obviously since then we've had Lion King and Jungle Book come out, which have taken, you know, the realistic, lifelike visuals to new levels. So, I mean, I think, you know, it's difficult for me to say I wouldn't be interested in seeing that. Like I said about the Star Wars thing, that's a whole other conversation, a completely different conversation. And, you know, yeah, I mean, look, I'm seeing comments here about movies today are more propaganda than entertainment, you know. You know what, let me actually put it this way, right? That is what movies always were. I think movies were always about that, you know. And what has happened is, maybe in the past you had artistry involved, but I don't want to be naive and say that movies were never propaganda. They always were propaganda. I mean, you can go back to like the old movies in the black and white days of the golden age of cinema, and you know, the mere fact that you had cowboys and Indians, you know, and you had those sorts of films so popular at a particular time in history, whereby you had movies of like cowboys killing, you know, like that concept in and of itself, when you know what the real history of America is in and of itself propaganda against a particular community. So I think it's very difficult for one to come out and say that something has actually changed now. It's always been that way, you know. I think that what has happened, yes, you see now Rusty Shackelford has hit the nail on the head. Let me put Rusty Shackelford up here. The messaging has taken priority over storytelling and characters. I mean, and that is the bottom line, you know. And I think that is the issue. So you see, let's not say that, oh, you know, get the politics out of movies, it's all propaganda. It's always been propaganda. And in fact, I would actually make this a more nuanced argument and say that the issue that some parts of community are having is that the propaganda is now going against them. If you're a black guy, the movies have always been propaganda against you from the beginning. You've always been like a criminal, drug dealer, you know, comedian, funny sidekick, clown, person who gets killed first in the horror movies. Like, you know, like if you're Arabic or whatever, you're from the Middle East, in the last since 2001, like you've always been a terrorist, you know. Like, what I'm saying is that a lot of the problem that some people have, let's not beat around the bush with this, is that the propaganda is now going against particular groups that aren't used to having propaganda go against them. Now, I don't agree with propaganda in general. Like, I mean, when I say propaganda, I don't agree with messaging and forcing things down people's throats in general. So I'm somebody who would be against it, whether you're going against white guys, black women, black men, gay people, Hispanic people, whatever. I'm against it in general. But let us not pretend that this has not been going on against particular demographics. For a century. Go and watch the show reel at the end of Spike Lee's movie called Bamboozled and get back to me. Just go and watch the show reel. The movie, forget the movie. The best part of Bamboozled is the show reel after the movie. And you're looking at this and you're saying that, oh my God, like this is the sort of thing that Hollywood and like the TV and film industry was producing? It's astonishing. And nobody had anything to say for all the decades that stuff was getting put out there. So I'm always very wary when people come out and say, hey, you know, let's, I agree with you. Like, listen, it's messaging and all that sort of stuff that messed Star Wars up. We know that, right? Look at what they did to Ghostbusters. Look at what happened with Mad Max. Even though Mad Max Fury Road is an incredible movie, it's not a Mad Max film, you know? And it's only by virtue of the fact that the movie making is so good that you don't really, you know, you just, listen, I just accepted it. I'm like, look, the movie was so amazing. One of the craziest action films I've ever seen in my life. So I just accept the fact that, wait a minute, I think I thought I paid a ticket to watch a Mad Max film. Why is he in the passenger seat in his own film? Why don't you just make a Furiosa movie? Anyway, look, Mad Max Fury Road is in my list of classic films. So I'm definitely going to be doing an episode, classic film episode on Fury Road. And we're going to get into that topic. Well, let's see what else is up here. I think the Alien movies are about race and DNA. I agree the older films did it more subtly. Yes, Alien, yeah, the Alien films, it is about that. And it's about, you know, it's eugenics. You can talk about eugenics as well and the direction that the movie was going in. But Alien, to me, I actually think by the time it got to Alien 2, Aliens, you have to remember that the AIDS and HIV epidemic was crazy at that point in America and in the world. So the idea of having like an unseen parasite in you growing and then bursting out and then causing all these, that was right in line with the paranoia that existed at that point in world history. So I think, like, listen, Alien 1 came before that, but I think Aliens, that second movie, definitely hits in the midst of that period. And by the time Alien 3 came out, we were full on in that sort of hysteria and fear of that situation. You know, so that was definitely down for that. But yeah, look, I think the real question is here for this video, and I'm not going to go on too long because there's not much to say. It's like the movies have got delayed. Do you care? I want you to comment in this video and say, on each film, like each franchise, Avatar, do you care? Were you going to be there? Were you looking forward to it? Star Wars, do you care? Were you looking forward to it? Does it matter that they've delayed the thing? Is this news a big deal to you? The Thing remake, yeah, I was going to put the Thing remake as well. Yes, definitely. Obviously, look, the Thing remake, a lot of the movies were coming out in that era. And if anybody has ever heard of this movie called The Hidden is one of the most underrated horror films of all time. That film is freaky as hell, scary, crazy. It was definitely like a spin-off of like Terminator 1 for sure. You know, they definitely took a lot of inspiration from Terminator 1. But The Hidden is a movie that's very underrated. And all these movies were coming out in that period, like I said, you know, with all of that stuff going on. Anyway, so yeah, please guys, comment. Do you care? Is this an issue for you that these films have been delayed? What I'm going to be doing now, so anybody who's listening in on this now, like, you can stay tuned and come back to the page in about 5 minutes, because what I'm going to be doing is, I think I'm just going to do the Rambo 2 classic film rundown. I mean, I'm thinking, like, should I do it now or should I wait? I think I might wait though, you know, I mean, it's a bit early in the day. Guys are like, you know, doing things. I might wait till the evening, because Rambo 2 is one of the biggest classics when it comes to fandom and the impact that it had on movies in general, you know? So I think it's one of those things where I should probably wait till more guys are available to listen in live, so to speak, to the conversation. Oops. Yeah, guys, so yeah, I mean, I have nothing to say. I mean, I know my personal opinion is like I said, that James Cameron, I'm always interested. Star Wars, I mean, I don't know what else. I just don't know what, like, everybody's gone. Like, you know, what are we talking about? Like, you know, I don't know what. You know what I actually feel is that maybe what's going to happen is, you see the way Mandalorian was such a big success. maybe what's going to happen is in the period of time between now and 2023, when the new Star Wars movie is supposed to come out, there would have been enough opportunity to fix a few things. Ironically, we might get Avatar 2 before the next Game of Thrones book. Is anybody even okay? I suppose people do care about the Game of Thrones book. I don't. Like, who listen, what happened with that Game of Thrones TV show was shocking. And I'm not a Game of Thrones person at all. Like, I was watching that thing. Do you know how many years behind I was? You know, the only reason why, look, I was so many years behind that when season 8 was happening and everybody was complaining, I was like, oh, okay, you know what? I might as well just catch up with this thing. So I had to start from season 5 because I hadn't watched it since season 5. So I was like, I had like 5, 6, or part of 5, 6, 7, and then 8 to even catch up with the thing. I was always years behind in Game of Thrones because it was never a thing that I was particularly into, you know. I mean, it was never my bag, so to speak. But actually, talking about Game of Thrones movies, I'm actually not particularly interested in seeing or reading a new Game of Thrones book or novel. But anybody out there who reads Game of Thrones, please tell me if you're excited or anticipating a new Game of Thrones book. I'm personally not, so I don't care. That's why I'm talking like this, because like that's how Game of Thrones people do. I personally don't care. Because so what? Okay, so they bring out a new Game of Thrones book, then what? No, then what? Or is it that, you know, that's what I'm trying to say is like, is it, you know what it is? Let me tell you what it is. I think people are hoping that the Game of Thrones book corrects what happened in the TV show. That's probably what it is. That's probably what it is. You know, how about a sequel to Stallone's Cobra? The only human being on the face of this earth that could be Cobra is Sylvester Stallone. Sylvester Stallone now is almost 70 years old. There is no Cobra sequel coming out. And if you were going to make you know what? Let me tell you something really funny. That is one movie that I cannot believe they didn't make a sequel out of. Cobra is the most 80, like, I mean, it is the epitome of the 80s cop, tough guy thing. Like, the movie took it so far that you start laughing as you're watching it because you're like, these guys are taking the stick too far. They took it too far. Even the way the guy looked in the movie. Cobretti. Listen, all I would say is that if you're going to make I don't want to see a Cobra sequel. 2 reasons, because the only person that can do a Cobra sequel is Stallone, and Stallone is too old to be Cobra. So he's going to be like a mentor to someone else. Is that which is what they'd have to do? And who the hell else out there can be Cobra? Because Cobra is really about him. The last Rambo, I didn't see the last Rambo. Look, I'm going to save that last Rambo talk till the Rambo conversation I'm going to have this evening, because as crazy as this sounds, and I never thought I would ever see the day, a Rambo film came and left the cinema and I didn't go and see it. That is for me, it is a unheard of, insane. Do you know what it is? It's like almost as insane, but not quite as insane as the fact that I didn't go to the cinema to watch Rise of Skywalker. It's just like, if anybody had ever told me that a Star Wars film could come out in the theaters and the Merc would not be there on the first day, the first showing on the first day, I'd have been like, you're high. I'm the guy who goes to the first showing of Star Wars films, the first show, 1201. Let me see, what kept me away from Rambo? You know, the subject matter, man, you know, I just looked at it and I was like, you know, there's a reason why I come to watch Rambo films. And, you know, we already talked about messaging, right? And we talked about, and I'm like, you're making a border movie, like with sort of, it's got an illegal immigrant slant to it. And he's like, it looked so contrived that you're trying to fit into the current situation politically. And listen, that is not to say that Rambo movies in the past didn't do that. They always did that, you know? So I can't even, it's difficult for me to be like, oh, you know, you're doing something you didn't do. Because let's just be real. Rambo 1 was about Vietnam veterans, right? Rambo 2 was about POWs that have been left behind. Rambo 3 was about the Mujahideen and Afghanistan and the Soviet connection, right? Rambo, you know, was about Burma, like the one that, you know, that movie that came, Rambo 4, basically, right? So the fact that this one is about the illegal immigrant situation, I'm like, okay. But I just felt like listen, I saw the trailer and I'm just like, what is this? Like, what? It was just I just didn't know how to access the film. And that's a crazy thing, because I think it's because I was so upset about everything that was going on with movies in general, from Ghostbusters to what happened with Star Wars and all that sort of stuff, that I think that affected my brain. So when I saw the trailer for Rambo, listen, I don't even have, to be honest, it's weird for me. I don't have an actual response. It just didn't connect with me. And I'm shocked that I didn't go and see, because I still thought I was going to go and watch it. Then things were coming up, but that's no excuse, because Rambo is always a priority. Star Wars is a movie that I build my schedule around that. You see what I'm saying? So the issue of other things going on is never a thing with particular kind of pictures, you know? But listen, man, these guys are beating me up so much that a guy wasn't able to go and watch it. Rossi Shackelford, I remember you all talking about maybe skipping Justice League 8 years ago. That would have sounded like lunacy. When did I talk about skipping Justice League? Which Justice League? Remind me. I don't remember what you're talking about. Was it me and Half Hope? I said that we're Half Hope, or was it Half Hope who said it was going to skip Justice League? Like, I can't remember. You know, let's see. Actually, most of the movie took place in Mexico. Okay. All I'm talking about is I saw the trailer. And when I watched that trailer, there was nothing in that trailer that made me want to go and watch the film. Like, it just didn't make me want to watch it. So may have been Half Hope's video. Yes. So I mean, I don't know, but just remind me what was being said. If whether it was me or Half Hope, what did he say? That it was like, and if it was 8 years ago, that's 2012. You know what I'm saying? That's 2012. So why would, you know, I'm confused. Like, that was such a long time ago. 2012 was roughly when Man of Steel was coming out, you know? Like, what was that? When did Man of Steel come out? Yeah, 2013, 2012, something. 2012, I think, was Man of Steel, right? So why was Half Hope saying that, yo, listen, that's a separate video. Snyder Cut. That's a whole other video, guys. That is another video. Elien King. This is the key to Elien King. I have to ask you this. When did you join Talkback? Because I think when you join Talkback would determine, because when you ask a question like that and you're putting LOL, I'm assuming that you're not new to Talkback. Because whenever anybody brings up Snides in the Talkback realms, there's a lot to be said. Like, there's actually a lot to be said, because we've dedicated as fans on this page over the last, I mean, in the early days of Talkback, when Talkback was hot, you know, Snides was basically a staple subject. He was a staple subject back then, with Watchmen. What was the other movie that guy did? 300, Man of Steel. Well, okay. What was your name on, if you've been in Talkback, you've been in Talkback since 2008. I want to know what was your name in Talkback, because I've reconnected with a couple of guys, because I put out a video. A guy came up to me and I realized his name was Fasamoa. Shout out to Fasamoa. Fasamoa is from the olden days, you know. Fasamoa was actually on the Talkback Senate. And I remember his tag. But Elien King, what Blog Talk, but like, what was your name? Did you ever join the Senate? Were you ever part of the Senate, or you what? Like, remind me. Hollywood, were you just Hollywood or Hollywood God? Because we had a bunch of Hollywoods. We had Hollywood Rape, we had Hollywood God, who might be Hollywood Rape, who changed his name. And then there's, were you a different Hollywood? Or were you one of those guys? Because that's why you're putting LOL when you ask about Snides. Because let me tell you something about it. I've got a lot to say about Justice League. Got a lot to say. Got a lot to say. You know, I mean, you know, they're saying that that movie is like over three and a half hours long or something. Like 3.5 hours. Like, and 50 minutes or an hour of new footage. So basically, like, it's like a completely new film. Like it's basically a new movie. But I think that is a thing that I have to dedicate a specific episode to. But yeah, what I'm saying is that Elien King, what was your name? I don't forget big time Talkback people. I don't. Like, I remember everybody, because everybody here is a big time guy who comes, who's actually a serious Talkback guy. So I actually remember the histories of guys, Darth Bishop, Fasamoa, you know, I remember everybody. So you just have to tell me like what your tag was, and then we can be in business. Because I'm back. Not fully back, but I'm sort of back. That's why I'm making these videos again. I'm back, you know, because quarantine time, got things to talk about. I'm sort of back. On another note, let's talk about, so the videos I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to be doing Rambo 2 tonight. I'm going to try and do that. Really? Elien King, this is Hollywood Rape? Really? Guys, let me tell you this, man. This particular guy here is a Talkback veteran. I have to put some respect on this guy's name. I have to put some respect on his name. Very controversial individual, very controversial, but that's how we like it. Always speaks his mind. Fought the good fight for the fans for years. One of the earliest Talkback guys, Hollywood Rape, was on the boards, Talkback Radio. If this is the same person I'm thinking about, if this is the same guy I'm thinking about, because some people are imposters, they pretend to be people, but if this is the Hollywood Rape, the guy made a lot of controversial videos historically. Videos that even me and Have Hope would watch and we go, ooh, damn, this guy went strong. He went strong. So it's good to see that you're still alive and kicking. Yeah, man. Look, I know who you, like, if you're that guy, if you are the Hollywood Rape, because you don't need to remind me about anything. I watched your videos. Myself and Have Hope used to watch your videos. We didn't agree with everything, but we were like, this guy's put a couple of things on the table. So yes, welcome, you know, and I'm here and I'm trying to, you know, obviously get things back in the mode. So feel free to share these Talkback videos, subscribe, share, put them out there, because I think that Talkback needs to be back. I think we need this perspective. There's a lot of guys out there talking a lot of talk. There's a lot of guys out there talking a lot of talk, but we need the talk back perspective. Have hope, like I said, is he's had visions and he's doing things now in other realms. So Have hope is still around. He's still around, but he's doing other things. So I mean, he might drop in from time to time and chime in on topics and so on. But at this point in time, Have is not, he's moved into other realms. Chosen one. I talk to Chosen One all the time. Chosen One should even be on this. I'm going to get Chosen One back in. I talk to Chosen One all the time. So Chosen One is still very much alive. In fact, you know what the funny thing is about Talkback, guys? And that's the reason why I said that the Talkback is very different from other things. Talkback is a family. It's a philosophy. It's a concept. It's a concept. Unlike any other. It's a concept. And that's the reason why I personally know Talkbackers. Personally, like, I have one-on-one conversations with guys. I've met some of the Talkback guys in human form, in person, when I've been in different places. Guys have approached me on the streets, said, "Hey, the Merc? See you, the Merc?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's me." Shh. Quiet. Say quietly. Don't make too much noise. He's still around. Yeah, man. We used to do in-depth things. And Hollywood, wait a minute. Hollywood, is your cam on? You wanna jump in here? You have your cam on. You want to get in on this broadcast? Let me even see how I invite people. Let me even see how I do that. Okay, I've got it here. Yeah, Hollywood, tell me if you want to get in here, and I'll tell you how you can join in. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to post the link here for people who might want to join this conversation. That's the link. So if you want to join, hit that link, and then I'm going to see you waiting, and then I'm going to decide who I'm going to put in here. But Hollywood, yeah, man, get on here, because I think, I want to see if it's the guy I'm thinking about. Like, I believe I know who you are, if it is the Hollywood Rick, but I want to verify that it is the guy. I want to verify it's the guy. So hit that link. Tell me when you've hit the link, so I can look out for you over here and try and put you in this transmission. Anyway, guys, so you know what? Look, I mean, I think the movie business now, like, look, I don't think it even matters. That's just the reason why I wanted to put this topic up. But like, I don't think it's a thing, because I think people's brains are like so all over the place right now that the delays of movies. Ooh, water. Don't underestimate the power of water. Yeah, it's asking you to use StreamYard. Yeah, it's StreamYard. It's StreamYard. That's what you have to do. Just click on that link, and then I'm going to see you. So as long as you have a webcam, get your webcam on, and I'm going through StreamYard. So just click on that link now, and then I'm going to see you in the waiting room, and then I'm going to be able to decide on, I'm going to be able to pull you into this broadcast. But let's get it moving. Come on. Let me pull you in on this broadcast. Let's chop it up on this musing and philosophy that we're talking about here regarding the movie industry and these delays, because everything's delayed. Everything's delayed. So it doesn't even, it's like, okay, everything's delayed. James Bond is delayed. Now these things are delayed. So I don't think like it's going to be that big a thing for people, but that's me. And I'm like, I want to hear what other folks think. Yeah, what's going on, man? Look, is this link working or what? Rusty Shackelford, where are you? I like that name actually, Rusty Shackelford. That's a good name. Is that your real name? Or is that your stage name? Because if it's not your real name, you should make it your real name. Rusty Shackelford. It's a good name. Let's see what's going on here. Yo, man, Elien King, what's going on? I can't, is there an issue? I might have to bounce, if you're not going to be able to, get yourself in here post haste. Okay, no problem. Get on a team talk. That's good. But good. Thanks for joining in. But like I said, tonight. Okay. I don't even watch King of the Hill. I'm going to try and do that Rambo tonight. I'm going to try and do it tonight. So just look out for your alerts. To see if the Rambo, if I come on, because again, it's just because of all the stuff I've got going on. Like I'm just not able to stick to these specific times because things just keep on happening. But if I'm able to get on there, like I look, the next classics is going to be Rambo 2, so whenever I can get on, that's what it's going to be. But I would like to get some people in the mix. That's the reason why I'm trying to do it in the evening and not just do it right now. But yeah, guys, all right, look, I'm getting out of here. Got to go and feed my face. Feed my face. Eat some nutrition. Get some sustenance in the body. But I'll be back. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I'm out of here.